Dropping down, let's go. Say we need not go, so I need not say.
Welcome back, ladies and gents, to Miller Master. Y'all know what we here for, fam. If y'all haven't known, it was a current event that's going on right now, actually. The World Championship Tournament 2024 for Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. And as you can see right here, we got the list pulled up. As you can see, all these matches are WCS qualifiers. And all of these were from June 23rd. So that was the last day to squeeze in that little, last few matches to try to get that last 20 level rank to move on to the next round. And goddamn it, we came up short. We came up short, but that's okay though. Because I'm not gonna lie, on the 23rd, I had just got off of work early shifts. So when I got off, I came back, played a little bit. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get up later on and try to play my way to level 20. And then I ended up waking up later on. I just didn't feel like playing the game. Shit, I was just kind of like, bro, I'm just vibing, doing something else and shit. But anyway, this is how far we made it for the qualifiers. We didn't get to the second round, but I am proud that I was pretty fucking close. And so today we pretty much gonna take a look at these matches. Look at a couple of highlights. Some of the best highlights that I thought was worth saving and shit. This is about 3 matches, so this video ain't gonna be too long. But yeah, man, Qualifiers, fam, I'm telling you, it's a sleeper. It's a rogue deck. A lot of people be talking about Pirelli and the Tearlaments. Tearlaments are pretty good. I realize that. It's cold how that little setup is for like sending the card to the graveyard and it activating this effect from the graveyard and shit. It's so simple to stop that shit. Like if you had a dimension shifter or something you can discard from the hand, something like that. But Cashier is definitely a force to be reckoned with, and I'm gonna show y'all why with a couple of these replays that I saved here. So we're gonna start off with this one versus insert name here. I don't know how to pronounce that because I don't speak whatever language that is. I don't know if that's Japanese, whatever. And once again, playing this shit, it's like you got match after match after match. You forget how well some shit went. Now you see right here, he went first, and I'm starting off with a pretty decent hand. Got 2 effect veilers. Got Fenrir, and he's running the War Rock archetype, which is a pretty decent archetype. Pretty much like activates from the hand, from what I can pick up on. Because there was one instance in this match where I went to attack that isolate, and he discarded some card that ended up boosting that attack, and I ended up losing that little battle phase and shit. But I ended up winning the match. Ultimately, that's what matters. But let's just see how Militam handles this here. So we start off by wiping all that shit off the board immediately. Yes. Harvey's Feather Duster on their ass. Then Fenrir. Of course, we got to bring something else to the hand. So we get Unicorn. Just in case you got a trap for me. Go ahead and get them 2 off the field. Special summon Berserker of Tenyi. And then go on the battle phase. Now, this is when he activated that effect. Lowered the attack. That's what happens. Okay, so it lowers the attack. Bought that on the field after that. Said, okay, we finna run this combo right here. Unicorn. To the Casterosis. To Tearlaments. Get his shit. Sometimes you gotta like fuck your opponent's deck up too. That Tearlaments Castier is pretty cold for that. Depending on what deck they run. Now, if they running a Tearlaments deck, that's the last thing you want to do because they're gonna have some shit that's gonna activate from the graveyard, so they want to do that. So anyway, I bring Castier or Shingri on the field, special summon my Ogre, the attack beast. As soon as you activate the monster effects, now we in your deck. Now we off the top 5 of your deck. Now we gotta activate that. And once we banish that card, that activates Shingri's effect. So we going through seeing what he got. We ain't worried about Nibiru. Go ahead and throw that out. Infinite impermanence. He ain't finna activate no effects on me, goddammit. Now you activating shit from the hand. Whatever. Get him on the field. Which is gonna prompt him to special summon another monster. You already know that's coming. Brings out Black Luster Soldier. Now if he was smart, he would have banished If he was smart, he would have banished the cashier preparations. Because now I'm bringing it back on the field. See what I'm saying? Cashier works perfectly when you banishing cards and shit. So it's like, it's kind of pointless unless you banishing it face down. That's key. If you're not banishing it face down, it's coming back. It's coming back. So we get that, activate Pressure Planet, activate Cashier Birth. So we just gonna do a whole combo, just go crazy on it for no reason. Cashier Birth to bring back my Ogre. And you already know Scareclaw deactivates anything. You know, anytime it enters battle phase with any Cashier or Scareclaw monster, it negates their effects. And we wipe them the fuck out. That's how we do that. That's how we do that, fam. That's how you run Cashier, bro. So that's one. So we're going to go on to this next one. It's only 3 turns. I believe they surrendered. I'm not sure if I went first or not. We're going to see. Once again, play so many matches that it's just kind of like, You just run through them. You just run through them all, fam. Going second. So we chose to go first this time. And look at what we have here. We have the Unicorn and Castierosis. Perfect. You can activate Infinite Impermanence if you want to. We still finna run the play. It's curtains. Unless you got a new Nibiru. Which I don't think you got. 2 Infinite Impermanences. Oh yeah, you got a handful of negates, goddamn. That ain't finna stop too much though. Bring Shinra Iro on the field. End the turn. And then we get the special summon. You already know what's coming now. The Ogre, of course. You need that beat stick. And he got the Egyptian, pretty much God card slash Horus deck, which is perfect. That's actually a perfect combination. That actually goes with it. The Horus with the Egyptian gods, it just makes sense. Because you can bring like 4 monsters on the field in one turn and shit. And if you bring that on the field, obviously you gotta watch out for the Nibiru, because that'll pretty much fuck up the whole board. And then keep in mind too, this Sun God, True Sun God, once monsters are special summoned, you can't attack with them mid-turn. So now he's starting to activate the Horus cards. Got the King Sarcophagus. He's finna start running that combo, sending the card to the graveyard and shit, and you know, paid 1,000 life points to send that to the graveyard. It's looking bad. You would think that I ain't got nothing to do. You think that I ain't got no fucking way of getting past this. It's looking pretty sad for me, right? Watch this shit though. Pressure Planet Race Roast. He ain't got no cards. He can't Ash Blossom. We ain't worried about it. Get Unicorn on the field, run that combo. It's over for you. Plot twist. We finna bring Vicious Astrolaud on the field. Get him on the field. And activate his effect. Destroy that. So he activated this effect to bring that card back to his hand, which really don't matter. Since he activated that effect, went to his extra deck. Since he activated that effect as well, can activate that triple tactics talent. Arby's Feather Duster, get that shit off the field. Now I can attack freely. Cast your Rebirth, bring back the Ogre. Oh, my bad. Bring back the Fenrir. Get Tarleman's Cashier. Special summon that, removing from play Castierosis, and we just go to fuck in. Remove that from the field, and that's game. That's how you do that. That's how fast Yu-Gi-Oh! Is now, man. I'm not gonna lie, like, bro, coming in from the OG Yu-Gi-Oh! Up until now, as much as I want to say I hate it, I hate the new format, how you gotta constantly run hand traps and shit like that. Every game gotta evolve, folks, and I'm not gonna lie, bro, this shit is actually pretty dope to what it's evolved to. I will say this though, it is a bit too much of like releasing new archetypes and decks every fucking month. That is insane. I'm talking about bringing out cards too, like actual fucking trading cards and playing cards too. I'm not sure exactly what they thinking about when they do that shit, but it's kind of fucking up the game. It's cards that they used in the OG Yu-Gi-Oh that still ain't made it to TCG or OCG yet, which is fucking insane. And they sitting here making new fucking archetypes and all that other shit. Like, what the fuck? But anyway, back to this match. Try to play triple tactics. Ash blossomed that shit. And activated that. To activate that again to bring Unicorn back on the field. You see how you gotta run plays like that? You gotta think a little bit ahead. Now we finna run this whole play with Casteria Unicorn. Bring Fenrir on the field. Bring something to our hand. I noticed he activated Max C too, so he drawing like a motherfucker. Get that Little Knight up out of here. Little Knight is a fucking menace. And a lot of these cards can't activate their effects until your monster activate their effects. So I see they try to keep that little balance with that shit. Now we finna do that shit. I'm taking it. He got like a Blue Eyes deck. I forget what deck he was running. Okay, so he got a Pendulum. Perform Pal deck. Every time he activates the effect, run through that motherfucking small deck every turn. He's trying to get that Supreme Arc Z on the field. So we finna banish his motherfucking Pendulum monsters. Get all of that shit out of here. You can already see. If you see that play getting set up, fam, a lot of times people expect you to activate the effect to take out the monster itself. Depends on where the card's at on the field. You gotta pay attention at them back rows, bro. Be sneaky. You'll be trying to do something to a monster on their field, and then they back row have something that'll prevent that from happening. So you gotta pay attention to your backfield more than your front field. But ultimately, you just gotta read. It all comes down to reading and seeing how all of they plays and how they deck come together. So it's gonna take you a little while to get used to read through all these effects and understand exactly what's happening. That's why I would recommend actually playing like the story mode, like the solo mode, like going through the new archetypes and all that shit to get familiar with how shit runs now. But yeah, he pretty much, or she pretty much got me up against the fucking wall with this little play here and destroyed my back row. But we bounce back like we always do. Not always, because obviously if I were to bounce back, I'd be moving on to the next round. But I ain't too worried about that, though. We ain't too worried about that. Activating all these effects. Now, if I had a Nibiru, I'd have fucked the whole board up and just wiped out everything. But then that would have gave him a token that would have had so much defense, so much attack. And then if I don't pull a Regeki or anything that can get that off the field, and I pretty much have played myself. And I've had that happen before. Where I Nibiru somebody's, all they special summons and all that shit, and then they Primal Beast token would have way more attack and defense than life points that I had, and I couldn't do shit about it because I ain't have nothing to take it off the field. So it's just kind of like, damn, I got this vanilla token with all this attack and defense, but I really can't even do shit about it. It'll be fucked up scenarios like that. Now this motherfucker bought on this under goddess of the underworld goddess, which pretty much can't be destroyed unless you target that card itself. So I got a target for your ass. Big Eye. Take over. Get that motherfucker on my side, and that's game. That's how you do that there. You gotta have little strategies like that to pick up on, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying, fam. Like, watch my videos if you into Yu-Gi-Oh! I had deck profiles listed of the Cashier deck that I do run. Matter of fact, we finna just go ahead and go to the deck profile right here. Just so I can show y'all what I'm playing. Because this will definitely get you up in the rankings and everything like that. Now, speaking of rankings, my rank ain't move up because I've been playing the World Qualification, the World Championship Tournament Qualifiers and shit. And we only got a few days left in this month before it resets again. So I'm going to try to get back into Diamond before it resets. So I won't keep on, so I won't bump down when they do the reset to like, to gold and shit. Even though, I'm still ranking my way back up, but I'd prefer not to take all that, sifting through Because there's a bunch of motherfuckers that like to play the vanilla decks with the equipped cards and shit. And then you got people, you know, you got them weird motherfuckers that be having like the self-destruct decks. I don't know if y'all ever ran into them where they'll actually like take their own life points and shit. And so you just sitting there watching them destroy themselves. It's the funniest shit ever, bro. But it can be kind of annoying too. It's like, damn, you really just playing just to be a troll and shit. You gonna hand me the victory? But okay. But the Kashtira, for as far as this deck profile is concerned, y'all can see all the cards. If y'all want to pause it right here to see exactly what I'm running, I'm not really gonna run through why I have them in there. You can pretty much put it together why I got them up in there. For instance, Effect Veiler to negate the effects of monsters on my opponent's side during their turn. Microcoder for my, you know, my access code talker, decode talker, you know, my Cyburst link monsters and shit. Penguin Soldier, you gotta throw the OG up in there, and this can definitely change the course of a game if they ain't got nothing to negate that effect once it's flipped face up. That's why I'm running that motherfucker. Penguin Soldier's a very motherfucking one of those rogue cards that can actually change the course of a game. Max C for obvious reasons. Frame Gear Gamma for obvious reasons. Whenever a monster activate the effect and you ain't got no monsters on the field, you can activate the shit from your hand, destroy that monster, negate the effect, and you will have this special summon and the Frame Driver special summon. But at the end phase, they banished. So you just got to learn how to play around that shit too. And also keep in mind, if you ain't got nothing on the field and they try to run a monster's effect on your turn, you can still negate that shit, have these two motherfuckers on your field special summoned. And mainly the setup for this, because we got a level 2 tuner and then we got a level 6. So once these two on the field, we got level 8 right here to bring out Draco. That's pretty much what that play is for. And then we got 2 Ash Blossoms for obvious reasons. Code Generator for my Cyburst monsters and my my access code talkers and whatnot. Kashtira Rise Heart, just run 2 of those, running a Vista Star Frost. These two combined makes the Vicious Astrolabe. So pretty much you get that on the field. Or if you got them in your graveyard, you can just banish them and special summon this one from your extra deck. Then we got Fenrir. It's only limited to 1 for obvious reasons. Unicorn, that's pretty much setting off the play for anything. Anything Kashtira, Unicorn is like your ace monster, fam. And if you got a card by the grave in your hand, let them Ash Blossom and play that shit right after and go ahead and continue your combo. But they don't want to quit after that. Or if they got an Effect Veiler, try to negate the effect. You can easily call by the grave they shit. And we only running 1 of those. Even though we should be running 2, but I felt that this evenly matched would probably come in handy better. Even though it's risky, because you can still play this from your hand at the end of your turn and fuck around and somebody negate it. Like, say if they got a Baron de Fleur on the field and they got like a shit ton of cards and shit, and you activate this from your hand, Baron can easily negate that shit, and it's like, damn. Or any other monster, a Sword Soul or something like that. But I feel more comfortable running an evenly matched 2 of those. So that way all their cards get banished face down except for 1 card. So you want to have your field clear. Make sure you ain't got nothing on the field. And if they got more than like 2 cards on that motherfucker, play that shit, level the playing field. They'll only be able to have 1 card on the field, which the card is activated at that moment, which should be evenly matched. Kashtira Big Bang, for obvious reasons, go with the Kashtira. We got 1 Ogre, 2 Scareclaws. And these Scareclaw Kashtiras are a fucking menace against the Makankos deck. The Milkankos deck is pretty much owned by this one single card right here, this Scareclaw Kashtira, bro. Anybody that's ever played against the motherfuckers know, like, damn, this is the only card you really need to beat them decks. 2 Regekis, a Harpy's Feather Duster, triple Tactics Talent, 2 Kashtiroses, a Trap Tantalizing Tune. So pretty much you discard 1 trap card or a level 4 insect or plant monster, but I only got, you know, normal traps, which is this Kashtira Big Bang and Infinite Impermanence and Evenly Matched. So that pretty much goes hand in hand with those traps, with these 4 traps here. So I can just draw 2 cards. And then Triple Tactics Talent will allow you to draw 2 cards as well once an opponent plays a monster effect on your turn. Nibiru, so if they get too comfortable summoning all the monsters and shit, hopefully if I have it drawn, I can activate it, you know. It seems like those duels that I have that they get the special summoning like 10, 12 fucking monsters. I'd never pull this shit on the first turn. They'll just be getting their shit off, and it kind of irritates. I've had a lot of those matches where I overcame and won them too. Tournaments Kashtira, you know. Got the Pressure Planet Race Off for obvious reasons for the Kashtira monsters to help them out. And when you got Shinra on the field and activated effect, you can pretty much destroy one card on the field too. And for the extra deck, Side Frame Lord Zeta, Baron de Fleur, of course. Big Eye. This shit is key. You can detach one XYZ material from this motherfucker and take control of one monster. Not just until the end of the turn, but you take complete control of that motherfucker until it get off the field. So that's something that you want on your extra deck. Definitely a Big Eye. 2 level 7 monsters. Kashtira is all level 7s. All level 7s. So that's why they go hand in hand with Dark Magician and shit. That's a good little engine to run too. Then we got Zeus. So pretty much any XYZ monster that you special summon after they attack during the main phase 2, you can pretty much get them off the field and attach whatever material that was attached to this XYZ or any other XYZ that attacked and attach to this card. And this is a quick effect for Zeus. You pretty much can activate this at any time in the game where you can just remove 2 attached materials from this motherfucker and send every other card on the field to the graveyard. So it pretty much wipes the board except for Zeus himself. Then we got Frame Lord Lambda, obviously, and then Mekk-Knight Crusader Avramax. So this would pretty much take like 3 monsters special summon from the extra deck. So if we get 3 of these monsters on the field, any 3 of these monsters on the field, you can pretty much sacrifice them and summon this. Now this motherfucker is like a cheat code almost. It's hard to get dude off the field because every time you attack him, any monster that attacks him he gains the attack points of that attacking monster. So it's almost like you can't even beat him. You can't target him with card effects, but you can Regeki him though, you know. So that's kind of the thing to keep in mind. You can't target him with anything, but if you were to play a card that wipes out everything like a Dark Hole Regeki, it can easily destroy him. So, yeah. That's pretty much it, fam. That's all I got for my deck profile, bro. So if y'all want to screenshot this or whatever, do so, you know. Get into the rankings and I'll see you at the top, fam. But outside of that, check out MillerTime.live for all of your holistic health product needs. Check out Intuit Time if you're into tarot. I do a lot of reads over there. I try to upload every other week. And for every season, every zodiac season, so like around the 20 something of every month, or basically every full moon, I'll be uploading videos for what's coming up for the collective in the upcoming season. But yeah, check me out, fam. Outside of that, it's been real. Until next time, y'all take care, folks.
Miller time. Dropping dimes, let's go. Said we need not go, so I need not say. Lay the smack down on your goof ass, you don't bring my payment. Say you're looking for foundation, yeah? Can't be the case, bitch, you don't know your placement. Unless it's zodiacs, no need to go to that. I throw your facts, think abstract, you just whack, you too old for that. Take accountability.